Hello, everybody. A very warm welcome from PKSP Ground 1. It's Boshunthara Sports City Last Wednesday's Dhaka League, powered by Ace and sponsored by T Sports. The first game of the day is between Brand Sports and 96ers. It's 24-9 after 2. SK Hasan Ali is in operation for his second over. Tanvir Hussain Rana and Sabbir Hussain Khan Imon are the opening batters for Brand Sports. It's Friday, it's a holiday in Bangladesh, and it's a perfect time for playing some amateur cricket. Last one stands the biggest platform for the amateur cricketers throughout the globe, and it's here in Bangladesh for the last 11 years, more than a decade. So many players made their career through playing LMS cricket. That's a different tale. We will talk about that later on. Tanvir Hussain Rana and Sabbir Hussain Khan Imon, both the batters will be trying to form a solid foundation for the upcoming batters in order to put a mammoth total on the board. The wicket is fresh, and runs will be produced if the batters can really utilize their full potential. SK Hasan Ali has been impressive, bowled in the good zones, tried to keep things really tight and bowl as full as possible. Was aerial for a while, eventually safe landing. And this happens in last man's cricket, sands cricket very often. The batters have that luxury of playing the ball in the air and picking up some runs, since the fielders are to patrol the boundary line. The skippers can't afford putting a fielder inside the 30-yard ring. Ooh, well bowled. Just whistles past the outside edge. A good over gets completed from Ali after 3 hits, 25 for none. Shakil Ahmed Niloy has been greeted with a single, bowling in tandem with Hasan Ali, and he's someone whom I like a lot, especially for his bowling action. Such a short run up, which is obvious for last man stands, but look at his action. Oh, wow. He gets some outswing as well. That was rather seaming away after pitching, not swinging much. And that's quite unnatural from the angle he delivers the ball. It's an action from where in swing is much more easier to pick up. However, he can move the ball further away from the off stump as well. That's a good shot, but we'll find the fielder. It was on the shorter side. The batter tried to take the full toll of it. However, he found a fielder at the deep. Piercing the gap is never difficult in last man stands. You just need to place the ball properly. A single to complete the fourth over. A tidy one from Niloy. Only 4 runs from it after 4. It's 29 for none. first change in bowling, it's going to be Mohammad Nurul Amin with some left arm spin. Starts off with a flighted delivery, appeals as well, but no reward in return. There was a plenty of noise. The keeper was also interested. The fielder also got excited, but the umpire wasn't excited at all. Just placing the fielders at the right zones is Nurul Amin. As he's a spinner, of course, the placement of the fielders can be a slight different from the fast bowlers. And has got one of the most popular jersey numbers in his back, number 75. Bowled him! Cleans him up! Once again, a floaty delivery. He was not shy to give the ball some air. And he picks up the first blood. Brand Sports, their momentum of picking up runs gets hampered. It's 30 for 1. So the fall of the first wicket brings Nabil Chaudhary in the middle as batting at number 3. QB will have to take that responsibility of rebuilding this innings. A positive commencement, certainly. Gets off the mark straight away by picking up a single and brings the batter who has been in the middle right from the inception, Tanvir Hussain Rana. A deft touch to complete an eventful over. 3 runs only, and of course the first blood, an important wicket for Nurul Amin after 5 Brand Sports are 32 for 1. So another change in bowling, it's going to be Imrul Bahar with some more spin, but not left arm orthodox spin this time around. NinetySixers, they always have had good variations in terms of their bowling lineup. After the couple of fast bowlers, a left arm spinner came, and now a leg spinner, Imrul Bahar, and whose action is almost the same as Shahid Afridi. Also, the release point, of course, not as fast as Afridi himself, but the action is totally, can be said, a master copy of Shahid Afridi. Oh, Nabil Chaudhary was looking to wind up for the first time in his innings, but couldn't really find the middle of the blade. But this is turning out to be a good over, unless the last delivery spoils it all from Imrul Bahar. Edged away. That's running towards the fence. But the fielder does really well to prevent the boundary, and the batters will come back for the second run. So a couple to end this Imrul Bahar over. 5 runs from it after 6. It's 37 for 1. Shouts of catch it straight away as the ball was in the air for a while, but oh my goodness, overthrow will cost some extra runs. Perhaps an extra run, yes. A single, perhaps. We are waiting for the confirmation. The batters could take the third run as well, but I don't know why they didn't take the third one. Nabil Chaudhary was interested, but Tanvir Hussain Rana was rather reluctant about taking that third. Straight to the fielder once again. The batters haven't been able to find the gaps. After losing the first wicket, the flow of the runs has been hampered brutally for Brand Sports. They were, at one point, they were looking very good, and it seemed like they will have a flying start. However, the first blood has spoiled things. Courtesy of the bowlers, 96ers, they have really tried to bounce back as much as possible in this game. "20 runs came from the first couple of overs, but now from the next 3 overs, only 19 came. So that's what the pressure does. When a wicket gets fallen, the batters are under the pump. That's a big strike, and that's gonna go all the way for 6. A tossed up delivery, and Nabil Chaudhary throws a kitchen sink at that one. Could be a great over from Nurul Amin, but gets spoiled for this 6. And some fight back from Brand Sports as well. After 7, it's 48 for 1. Imrul Bahar continues after having a decent first over. Only 5 runs from it. Tanvir Hussain Rana tried to go against Imrul Bahar in the last over as well. Once again, he tries to do so, but doesn't quite middle. Straight to the fielder just for a single. Bahar has been successful in this particular case. He has been able to keep the batters within the singles. No boundaries this far against his bowling. Oh, well bowled, but that's a wide. Wayward from the off stump. That's a better zone to bowl at. Better line. The length was also good, and the batter was really compelled to play the ball just for a single. Flighted once again. And this is some really good effort from Bahar. A full stretch dive towards his left. But this is some really good effort. But in the meantime, the 50 has come up for Brand Sports. It's 52 for 1. That was almost a long hop. Nabil Chaudhary completely failed to take the full advantage of it. He could have hit that one anywhere in the ground, but another over gets completed from Bahar. Once again, 5 runs from it. After 8, it's 53 for 1. So it's a curtailed game due to some inconveniences. And after 8 over, the end has been changed. It's going to be Mohammad Ariful Haq from the other end. Guided towards deep third just for a single though. Nabil Chaudhary looks to be a batter who loves playing shots, but under this pressure situation, he is rather focused on keeping the wickets intact. Just taking some time to settle in. A bit of purchase for the spinner. The ball was turning back in. Ariful Haq is in operation for his first over and he's trying out things. That's from the meat of the bat. However, finds the fielder once again. So boundaries will be needed. All of a sudden a 6 came, but no boundaries for a long time. Brand Sports will have to find a boundary. They have to pierce those gaps, the big gaps between the fielders. In LMS, as we all know, only 6 fielders are there to protect the boundary. So you have to penetrate those field setup. It's always difficult to patrol the boundaries, only 3 fielders in a particular zone. So it's easier compared to the regular cricket for the batters to penetrate any side of the field. A quicker, but it's a wide, wayward from Nabil Chaudhary. Ariful has to rebowl that. A single, nonetheless, it's a very good over. 6 from it. After 9, Brand Sports are 59 for 1. Oh, that's a strike and a half. And that's gone all the way for 6. Finally, Nabil Chaudhary shifts the gear and cuts loose. And that's the first boundary that Imrul Bahar conceded. And it's a big one. Straight down the ground for a 6. Short once again pulled, but straight to the fielder. Nabil Chaudhary could have got a 6 as well from this delivery too. However, he wasn't interested in taking that extra risk perhaps. 7 runs already from the first two. Straight back, ooh, put down. It was difficult, it was very difficult. The reflex had to be really quick, and as it seems like Imrul Bahar has taken a blow here. It went really fast. His hands were behind it, and he looks to be in some serious pain. Calls for the medical treatment as well from the dugout, and it will be a question whether he'll be able to bowl the next deliveries in this over or not. Perhaps we're going to see a change in bowling. A bit of pause in the game due to the slight wound of Imrul Bahar. We hope he is fine and will be able to bowl for 96ers. They need his service, of course. Alright, good news for the 96ers fans that Imrul Bahar has been able to continue his over. He was in serious pain, but it seems like he's used the magic spray and it's alright. That's in the gap. Should be at least a couple. No, the batters didn't even try to take the second run. So the 10th over gets completed with this single. After 10, it's $68 for 1. So Shakil Ahmed Joy will be in operation for his final over. It's a curtailed over game, so A bowler will be allowed to bowl 3 overs max. Oh, shot! This is some cracking shot straight down the ground. And the ball will be in the pond perhaps, which is quite adjacent to the ground. Nabil Chaudhary winds up straight away in this over. That was in the slot and he pounced on it. Just for a single. So sixes in the first delivery of the last couple of overs. The Brandsport batters are looking to set the tone. They straight away want to take the attack on the bowler and shatter his confidence. Change of pace from Niloy. An off cutter. And that has deceived Tanvir Hussain Rana. Comes down the pitch, gets it in the gap. Will it run all the way? It won't. The outfield isn't the fastest one. It used to be scorching turf here at PKSP, but that isn't the case for today. Well bowled. That's really good bowling from Niloy, despite conceding a 6 in the very first ball, only 8 runs, in fact 9 runs from this 11th over. It's 77 for 1 Brandsports. It's MD Ariful Haq for his second over. That's crunched straight down the ground but should find the fielder at long on. It's been very much evident that the batters of Brandsports, they struggled against the spinners. Even the first wicket was also taken by a spinner, a quicker from Ariful. Rana played a little earlier. In fact, a little late, I beg your pardon. The ball was too fast and he was beaten by the pace. Well bowled. All of a sudden, it was a leg spinner from Ariful and the batter got deceived as well. Oh, it was banged really short. Ariful is trying to hit the deck hard on this occasion and it was too quick for the batter. The keeper also struggled slightly to grab this one in his glove. He's not going too quick in this over, taking a bit of time. Dragged straight down the ground. There's the fielder. It's overhead. Another 6 for Nabil Chaudhary, and he moves on to 40 from 21 deliveries only. This is turning out to be a great innings from his bat. 12 gone, it's 85 for 1 Brand Sports. So the wicket taker Nurul Amin comes back to bowl his final over. Gets hit away and hit away for a boundary. A fielder was in the chase and it could be a teaser. But the ball had enough power to beat the fielder and run all the way for 4 runs. Nurul Amin looks to be slightly disappointed. But his length could be better. It was a floated delivery but was not tossed up. Backs away does Rana and gets a single. So it's good cricket. 5 runs from the first couple of deliveries, not hurrying. Just trying to understand the demand of the time and play accordingly. That's well played. An artful shot from Nabil Chaudhary. But he doesn't get enough runs. The outfield is the culprit. This could be a boundary in any ground, even in PKSP, but today the outfield isn't the fastest one. Which is good for the fielders. They're getting the assistance of the slow outfield. Bowled! Nabil Chaudhary gets castled and Nurul Amin picks up his second. That was almost a carbon copy of the first wicket that he fetched. A floaty delivery. A tempting one for the batter, Nabil Chaudhary. His eyes light up for playing that lusty blow into the onside, but he got deceived. Nonetheless, it's a very good innings. 40 runs from 22 deliveries and has given a lot of service to his team. The second wicket falls down. It's 92 for 2 Brand Sports. Abid Hussain Shojib, the experienced campaigner, comes out to bat at number 4. And straight away he looks to go for a big blow but missed it. But an auspicious over from Nurul Amin, the second wicket of the game. And after 13, it's 92 for 2. MD Ariful Haq with his final over. Well, this is a crafty shot. Rana gets a boundary. It was a quick delivery once again. Ariful tried to use the pace, but Rana was equal to the task. Perhaps it was premeditated that if the ball is tossed up and with some extra pace, I'll play that scoop shot. And he does that one with perfection as well. Comes down the pitch. That's in the gap as well. No risk for the batter, but a fielder will come into play. "97 for 2, Brand Sports. They would love to have some fireworks at the very conclusion of this innings. Goes pick in the gap, but couldn't really bisect those two fielders on the onside. So they have to settle with a single only. 6 runs already from this Ariful Hawk over. And the Transport batters will love to make it more expensive with some big shots. Oops, once again he looks to go for the scoop but doesn't find the connection. It's gone over the head of the keeper. And the batters cross over for a couple of runs. And the 100 is on the board for Brand Sports. It's 100 for 2 in the 14th over. And they should start throwing kitchen sink at the bowlers because every run from now will be really precious. Stumped. Tanvir Singh Rana stepped down the ground. Once again beaten by the pace, and the keeper was really fast at breaking the stumps. And that's the fall of the third wicket. Transport lose their third. The batters haven't been able to find those boundaries. Shojib once again walks down the wicket, but finds the fielder yet again. So this has been a problem for the Brand Sports batters, that they haven't been found those gaps. Couldn't really place the ball in the right zones. It's 103 for 3. That swept, shouts of catch it. But a fielder intervenes. Firstly it lands short and it's only a single, but this has been a phenomenal spell from Amin. He's bowled extremely well. Picked up a couple of wickets and only 5 runs from his 4 overs, which is really tight and frugal bowling from a bowler of 96ers. After 15, it's 104 for 3. Arsenal with his final over of, and that's the final over of this innings as well, since it's a curtailed over match. It's 105 for 3. Shuffles across. Does Jubaidul Alam, but missed it. That was rather premeditated, that wherever the ball comes, he will shuffle across and try to go across the line. That side in the gap should be a couple at least, but the fielder should be quick. Bit of fumble, but the batters, they are quite reluctant to take the second run. I don't know why. This has happened quite a few times in this game. Despite having that opportunity, the batters really didn't want to take those runs. In the air, but straight to the fielder. This is extremely good bowling from 96ers bowlers in the death overs. They have kept things really tight and the batters couldn't really flourish. Hasan Ali has been bowling well, except that wide, only a couple of runs from the final over thus far. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, this is a suicide, a complete harakiri from Abid Hussain Shojib, and he gets run out. He was highly interested to be on the striking zone for the last delivery, and he gets run out from the non-striking end. The fourth wicket falls down for Brand Sports, and the final delivery will be faced by Jubaidul Islam. Leading edge, shouts of catch it, but that'll fall in the no man's land. Three runs in the final delivery of the innings. Brand Sports, they complete the first innings with 110 runs on the board, which goes to show that 96ers will have to score 1-1-1 in the second innings for overhauling this total and to win the game. We will be back with the run chase. Till then, stay with us. Goodbye for now. Welcome back, folks, with the run chase of the first match of the day. 96ers, they have 111 runs to chase from 16 overs, which should not be an easy task as the outfield is slow and Brand Sports have a good lineup of bowling. It's going to be MD Jubaidul Islam with the first over, and he would love to use the new ball as much as possible, and we go for the first ball. Oh, well bowled straight away. Hint of movement. Was there a nick? Was there a nick? That's the question, no? The signal confirms us, but from the reaction of Jubaidul Islam, it was seeming like there was a nick, and he was really lamenting for missing an opportunity of picking up the wicket in the very first ball of this innings. Mohammad Nurul Amin and MD Abdul Muttalib are the opening batters for 96ers. A left and right hand combination in opening pair, which is not a regular seen in last man stands, so they have to extract that advantage. Every time a single will be picked up, the bowler has to readjust the line. Thus, this challenge has to be posted on the bowling side. Oops. Bit of stutter for Jubaidul in his run-up. Has to re-bowl that. Outside edge. Will fetch a single at least, but the batter's crossover for the second one. Good running. And bit of fumble as well from the fielder, which really has allowed the batters to take that extra run. Oh, well bowled. That was a ripper of a ball from Jubaidul. The beat Simolins up and squared him up as well. That's down the leg, and that's gone for the first boundary of this innings. Wrong line from Jubaidul. It was sliding down the leg. Abdul Muttalib just put some bat on it, and there was a fielder, but the ball had enough legs to beat the fielder and run all the way for 4. This was turning out to be a good over from Jubaidul, but this boundary is not letting it to be a great over. Clipped for a single, and the batters are coming back for the second run. This is really good running between the wickets, and the first over gets completed. It's 9 for none. So it's going to be Mohammad Shujat, the opening bowling tandem for Brand Sports. The Zubaidul and Shujat in fact, and he concedes a single immediately. Shujat is getting his field right. As I mentioned, there will be a lot of changes due to the left-hand, right-hand combination. That's what is really bothering the bowler and the skipper as well. Yes is the call. Just tucks it around the pads and quickly picking up the single. In terms of running between the wickets, these two batters have been exquisite. Both of them are really fast runners, and the communication between them is also good. Oops! Edged away, and that's gonna run all the way for a boundary. A streaky one, nonetheless effective for 96ers. And Shujad is not really happy about that, and he shouldn't be happy because it's a streaky boundary. But the batters are gonna accept whatever come their way. 15 for none 96ers. They're on the verge of getting a good start from here. Down the leg. A bit of brush from the glove perhaps. Shouldn't be called a wide. Clipped in the gap. Should be a couple at least. Instead it could be a boundary, but no. Slow outfield won't really let the ball to run all the way. So a couple to complete the second over. 17 for none after 2. That's straight to the fielder once again. Excellent piece of running between the wickets. The skipper isn't really happy about the fielding, but the batters, they deserve a lot of commendations for their running between the wickets. Effortless. It looks absolutely effortless, and they can easily turn the singles into doubles. Nurul Amin and Motaleb, both of them have a really good combination. Off the pads. The keeper said, "How's that?" But the umpire said, "It's a leg bye." Aerial in the gap as well, but should not be a boundary. Oops, oops, oops. The fielder made a hash of a thing and really sent it to the fence. This is ominous. This shouldn't have happened, but in last man stands, you need to accept because it's amateur cricket, so sometimes the fielders will make some mistakes, so this should be deemed as one of them, but the effort could be slightly better. Comes down the wicket, does Nurul Amin, gets it in the inside part of the bat, and once again a couple will be fetched. Well, the fielders are having a really tough time because they have to run whenever the ball is being pushed in the gap, and of course due to that left and right hand combination as well. Oh, shot! This is some shot. Oh yes, it's gone for the maximum. Nurul Amin played a lovely looking cover drive which was lofted and it was over the top as well. 32 on the board after 3. So a change in bowling, it's going to be Mohammad Rafiul Islam Rafi, the tall, lanky fast bowler, and he would be looking for the first breakthrough. Edged away, but straight to deep third for a single. So 96ers would be looking to continue this partnership as long as possible. Both these batters are really giving tough times to the bowlers and the fielders as well. Runs haven't dried up. Just look at that. How effortlessly he played that shot, did Nurul Amin. On the pads, roll of the wrist, and a boundary to his name. Wrong line from Rafi. You shouldn't go down the leg when the deep fine leg fielder is in a squarish position. Steps down the pitch, does Amin, and picks up a single. A stylish lad is Rafi, with some long hair. But it's a good shot, which will go long way for a boundary. This has turned into an expensive over. Ten runs already, and still a delivery to be bowled. 42 on the board for 96ers. And this singles makes it 43 for none after 4. Once again, a change in bowling. It's going to be Abid Hossain Shojib, and he has been greeted with a single. He is an experienced campaigner, has been playing last man stands cricket for a long time, and is a good batter as well. Couldn't really flourish in the later half of today's innings, but that doesn't do justice to his name and his caliber. He's a good all-rounder, and he has to demonstrate his quality with the ball in hand now when his team needs a breakthrough very badly. That's straight back over the bowler's head. Couple of bounces to the fence. Straight as an arrow for a boundary. NinetySixers are going in great guns right now. Nurul Amin is on a mission of stealing the whole spotlight to him. Oh, shot! But there's a fielder. It's over his head. For a moment I thought this could be caught, but no. Enough wings on the ball to fly all the way, and the 50 comes up for 96ers on the 5th over. Abid Hossain Shojib will be under the pump. The 4 followed by a 6. 11 runs already from this Shojib over. Down the leg, the keeper misses it as well. And it's gonna be 4 wides. And Shojib has to rebowl that. Things are getting even worse for Brand Sports and Abid Hossain Shojib. 16 runs and an extra delivery has to be bowled as the compensation of that wide. Nothing is going in Brand Sports' way. They need to think something out of the box. A Yorker. Nurul Amin was looking to squeeze it but missed it. However, it's a very good over from the perspective of 96ers. 16 runs from it. After 5, it's 59 for none. A good start from Shujat to kickstart his second over. That's gone really quickly past the bat. Motaleb was looking to wind up and follow his partner Nurul Amin. That's a good save. A single has been saved certainly by the bowler himself, Shujat. '59, 52 runs to get, in fact. The single makes it 51 from 52 balls. Just for the reminder of our viewers that it's a curtailed match which has been reduced to 16 overs. 96ers are chasing 111 runs from 16. It's 61 for none. 96ers. All these live pictures are coming to you from Puberga Krida Shikha Pratishthan Ground 1. It's Boshundhara Sports City Las Penstan's Dhaka League, powered by Ace and sponsored by T Sports. Shujat was looking to hit the deck hard. Only a single in the last delivery. It's a good over from Shujat. 3 runs only as the 6th over gets completed, 62 for none. The skipper comes out to bowl, Akif Javed, and he concedes a single straight away. So in this innings, Nurul Amin has been the aggressor who's playing those aggressive strokes. Abdul Muttalib has the one who is a bit steady Just looking to get some singles and doubles, not eyeing for the boundary. Sometimes he decided to cut loose, but not on many occasions. That struck hard, really hard, down the ground. The fielder tried his level best, but it's gone all the way. It was struck with brute power and elegance from Nurul Amin. Even a full-fledged dive from Abid Hussain Shoji couldn't really prevent the boundary. Struck hard, but there's a fielder. Doesn't really matter. It's gone all the way for 6. And Nurul Amin has moved to 46 from 18. This is turning out to be a cracker of a knock. But as per the rule of last man stands, if he scores 4 runs more, he has to take the compulsory retirement. Which means a new batter will be in the middle. Will that impact the innings of 96ers? That's the question. Perhaps Motaleb is looking to take the charge from then. Down the leg. The batters are running for the second run. This is not good keeping from the keeper. It's wide and a couple of runs as well. Does Akif Javed will have to bowl that again. Already 15 runs. An expensive over. The most expensive over was 16 in this innings. And this is jointly the most expensive over of the game. After 7, it's 78 for none. 96ers. Abid Hussain Shoji comes back. Flighted. Nurul Amin just plays it with a soft hand and runs for the second run. This is excellent. Once again, excellent running between the wickets from Nurul Amin and Abdul Muttalib, and he gets closer to his 50 as well. 49 from 20 deliveries, and this is going to be a cracker of a 50 if he scores Nurul Amin. Slapped in the air away from the fielder. A boundary to complete the 50 for Nurul Amin. A cracking knock comes to a close in a cracking way. 85 on the board. Nurul Amin scored 53 from 21, and as per the rule of last man stands, he has to take that compulsory retirement. The new batter Ariful Haq comes and straight away picks up a single to get off the mark.